This is GemPLC demonstration number 2, working end to end. Still a bit fragile, but working. This is the breadboard with the Arduino, and the white flashing light you see is the Arduino being polled by the GemPLC Arduino process, checking for status of things on the breadboard. On the monitor, the pink lines, or the purple lines, are reply statuses from GemPLC, and the white lines are queries to GemPLC. And sure enough, just like a regular demonstration, it wasn't working very well, but now we see responses coming in. And so you see a white line with the request and a purple line with the response, and you'll see that it is missing several responses, and I don't have a good reason for why that is yet. This is the serial port communication, serial port monitor application that includes Modbus interpretation, including checksum analysis. And see there, you see a request for read coils and another request and the response coming back. This is the Modbus master emulation utility, and it is what I use to query the Modbus. It is freeware. You'll see that I'm polling for coil status, which represents the status of the light. And you can see the count of the number of polls, how many have come back were okay, how many errors, and if this was running for quite some time while GemPLC was rebooting, and so it missed quite a few, but as the OK goes up, those represent requests to get responses back in an appropriate period of time. Now, because this is coil status, I can command the light to turn on by double-clicking on it, coil 1, changing it to on, and updating the status. And if the query is received and responded to, which it was not, then the status will change. So I have to do it a few times. There we go. And you see the status has changed from 0 to 1, and lo and behold, the light is now on. Now I can turn the light off by pressing button number 2. Light goes off, and we'll watch the status on the display. When it gets a good poll and response, waiting. Go back over and look at this. We'll get should see a poll and a response at some point. And there we go. There's the poll and the response, and the status is changed to off, and indeed the light is off. So we'll turn the light back on. Light goes back on, and that status is reported immediately because we happen to be in a cycle where the polling and responses were working. You see there are quite a few responses that come through, but then you get a stretch that are out, and I think that's where the RTU process is falling out of sync. But at that point, you have seen the breadboard, the Arduino, the breadboard controlling the light through GemPLC. GemPLC reporting the status to the Modbus master simulator, being able to change the status of the coil through the Modbus utility, and eventually seeing the light turn off. There you see a red indication that the poll has timed out. and the monitor routine showing the holes in the responses, including the Modbus query and its interpretation, including its checksum, whether the checksum is okay or not. And that is demonstration number 2.